Greetings, my friends. This is Gary Massey, a CPA and the owner of a tax and accounting firm in Atlanta, Georgia. And today we're going to talk about immigration and taxes. This is an area that is particularly important to me, as here in Georgia, we have so many people who are going through the immigration status program through USCIS, and it comes up all the time. And I've had personal issues in my own family where we've had folks who are applying for immigration status. So I've gone through it personally, and I'm happy to share with you some of my experiences and what I think is important about immigration and taxes. So we're going to be talking about 4 practical points. And let's begin with applying for a green card, especially for a spouse, because that's really where it comes up on the tax side most often. So in order to get a green card, you need, as a spouse of a US resident, US citizen or resident, you need to be able to prove that you're in a legitimate marital relationship. And the way you do that, the best way to do that is by showing that you have filed a joint tax return with your US spouse. And you attach that to your application, and that is the best way to do it. Also, if you are applying for a situation where someone is supporting you, the adjusted gross income on your tax return is going to be used to prove support. Excuse me. In addition, your green card needs to be renewed periodically. And again, the way you do that is by showing that you've been filing US tax returns, joint US tax returns over the years. And you attach that to your renewal application, and that should satisfy USCIS. What you can do when you file your return is you can submit your tax return using an ITIN, which is like a social security number, but it's easier to get. Next, next regarding citizenship, the United States does not want potential citizens to be owing taxes to the United States government. So what you have to be able to do, and they will ask you, is do you owe money to the government? And you have to be able to prove that you do not. So here too, the way you do that is by attaching a copy of your tax return to your application for citizenship. And I will tell you from personal experience that they will ask you this question. So the taxes are paid through withholding if you are an employee. If you own a business, the payments are done quarterly, 4 times a year. And if there is anything that is left over that you owe at the end of the year, you will pay that with your tax return. You'll pay the tax typically at April 15th, although you can get a 6-month extension. And now let's talk about a couple common issues that we see coming up with folks applying for immigration status. So what you need to know, the most important thing about the United States tax system is the United States government taxes citizens and residents on worldwide income. That means it does not matter where you earn the income, you're going to pay tax on it in the United States. You may be worried about double taxation, paying tax twice on the same income, but there are laws in place which enable you to get a tax credit called a foreign tax credit for that. So therefore, in most cases, will prevent you from paying tax twice on the same income. A couple other things that you need to know: if you own a bank account in a foreign country where the balance is over $10,000, you have to report that to the United States government, to the IRS, and that is through the FBAR requirement. So you should ask your accountant about that. Make sure to tell them because the penalties are very significant. If you own a business in a foreign country, whether the business is a corporation or a partnership, you need to report it to the IRS. This is called information reporting. If you don't do these things, the penalties, as I said, are very, very significant. And then the last thing I want to mention to you is about authorization to work. Some people come to us and they are reluctant to file a tax return because they do not have a proper work authorization permit. So I will tell you that the IRS and USCIS will not penalize you for filing a tax return, even if you do not have authorization to work. So it is better to file the tax return and to be able to show both USCIS and the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, that you are in compliance with the rules than worrying about the not having an authorization to work. So don't worry about that. If you have any questions, any further questions about taxes and immigration, I am happy to assist you. We work with a lot of folks who are going through the immigration process as well as immigration attorneys, and we are always happy to help out. My telephone number is on the screen along with my email address and my website, so you can check us out over there. And we are happy to help you, as I said, with any immigration or tax issues or related to accounting for your business. And you are welcome to reach out to us at any time. I thank you for listening to this short video about immigration and taxes. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I look forward to speaking with you next time.